Hey guys, it's Jelly. I owe you a little bit of an apology for May's HumbleCraft video, considering there was no music in the background when I uploaded it. So I'm very sorry. But I've done a little bit of rebranding since then, and I figured I may as well re-upload the whole video with all of the new branding. So after all that, let's go ahead and jump into the intro real quick. I'm thoroughly convinced that May is going to be the month of very bad ideas. The goal list is getting increasingly chaotic, so now I'm having to name my shulker boxes, which I was known for doing previously. Miscellaneous strania, money. Everything is starting to creep to the top of my priority list, including finishing out this fish pond. So I added amethyst and a little bit of kelp and some lily pads, and it needs coral. Anyone can answer this question, I'd be grateful. Why are they all down here? Someone tell me why my fish are collecting here. I don't understand it. There's like 5 of them that realize this pond is way bigger than just this one little section. Help. So on Threads, beginning of May 8th, I posted this sketch that I did while I was at work. Because, you know, running computer processes sometimes means that you have to wait for something to finish, right? So I had a little bit of time and I had this idea stewing in my head for a while. So I made this sketch and I was like, I have a really bad idea. And if you can't guess what the bad idea here is, it's the storm. I decided to build the weather. Approximately 6 hours after that initial post with the sketch saying I have a really bad idea, I posted an update which said I placed 3 stacks of glass and I barely made 1 cloud. This was in fact a bad idea. Screenshots to come. I just need everybody to know this was a really bad idea. I sort of finished 1 cloud, not even. So it's gonna be 6 or 7 stacks of glass for each cloud, 4 clouds in a ring, and I may have to do multiple layers. Someone needs to put me in big project jail. I don't have time for a project of this scale right now. In the meantime, I have all these other things that I do actually have to get done. I'm going to try to refrain from writing lore because that's very time intensive. But finishing the spawn project, I mean, this entire thing is gonna have to be passive. A boat a day keeps the doctor away, and that's how we're gonna finish that. A kelp shop, I could probably knock that out in a day, not today. 1 cart shop, this is something I'm gonna add to the front of my base. I'll show you guys later. And then the storage room, I am painfully outgrowing my storage right now. Time to see how far this full stack of gray glass gets us. Behold the beginnings of the magic sky donut. I really can't tell you if I love or hate this thing. I've already added 3 boats to the Pirates of Pizzazz boat fleet since the last video, and I need to add my boat for the day to keep the doctor away. I'm thinking that guy out there might be our next victim. This may be the worst idea that I have actually ever had. I'm not gonna lie. Ladies and gents, we welcome the OG to the chat. Our very own Bill Shakes, master of poetry and playwriting, has joined the server. Where'd your name tag go? Did I rename Pickles? No, I didn't. There we go, we got him. Unfortunately, chat, we have reached the point in time where I am so tired of working on big projects that I have finally succumbed to the need to actually do interiors. I don't like doing them at all. I turn my back for 2 minutes and Bill Shakes turns himself into leather by growing up in the wall. Ugh, what a day. The friendly zoologist and Neil have been working on this portal and it looks so good. TFC, you're doing so good with this thing. I think I'm finally satisfied with the upstairs vibes here. The bed situation's still missing some shelf blocks right along here, but aside from that, this is done, I think. I think this is a fully finished interior for the cottage. Finally. I mean, as long as we're not counting the basement area, because, yeah. This hasn't reached to where my mining resident is living in the mines, so this is still technically my basement. It's not even close to being done. There's also an underground passage to a spot where I'm planning to put like a glass dome situation that might be changing. But yeah, there's more underwater building that direction, and this is just how you access it. And it's nowhere near done, but that basement area is also connected into the storage area. And storage also isn't nearly finished. This first area is pretty done, but the next two are not even close. Also, I built a cart, which was on my list. Bill Shakes energy drinks. But now I gotta go make another Bill Shakes because, yeah, he kinda died in the wall. I have been thoroughly distracted. I love everything this little clothesline situation adds, though. I've been wanting to do something like this for a really long time. I've got one more boat to do to finish out this fleet of pirates attacking the Angler Cargo Company. But I think I'm going to give myself a little bit of a break. The creative streak in me is really moving today, so I really want to work on the stuff that I feel inspired to work on, especially since I haven't done too much. And I'm realizing that part of the reason I'm so burnt out with this base, as much as I love it and adore it, is because all the whimsy is gone. I need to bring all my random bursts of color back into everything because the whimsy is needed desperately. Time to mend up my tools after Jester dropped off the resin for all the andesite I delivered him. Time to be AFK for a little bit here. Not precious! When I said I wanted to channel my inner B-dubs, I did not mean that I wanted to lose my day one horse because something killed it. That was not in the cards, and now I have to repair my house. Another entry to the cemetery. This is the second animal I've put in the cemetery. First things first, we gotta tame another one. Well, we can't have Precious too, so Princess it is. Oh, and there goes my anvil. There you go, Growly. We have a start on the kelp shop, finally. Like he had suggested that I do an XP farm with how much I have to run my smokers in order to do the kelp shop, but I decided instead I would just put prize tickets periodically in his prize donation box for the stick shop. So now that we've dumped all that off, it's time to go back home. I think that's fair. Yup. Now the one problem I have right now is that was a full stack of kelp blocks, and I've not finished roasting everything else up back at my base, so I'm gonna have to go back and do more AFK to not only get blocks to finish the roof, but also to keep running the farm, and then also to start stocking in here. I am pretty close to being done, guys. This is big progress. Although a little more whimsy wouldn't hurt, you know? You're shopping, you may as well have some nice vibes. Just a little bit. Something tells me we're going to be waiting here for a while. Well, in light of being stuck here for a while, I think that's where we're ending today's episode. So thanks so much for joining in, and farewell yet once again from Careful Kevin's redstone contraption. Hope you guys had a great time tuning in. Sorry we didn't get to quite everything on the checklist. Hopefully I'll be able to knock off a couple of those other things before the start of June. But if I don't, oh well. So, see you when I see you guys, and thanks for tuning in. Don't mind me, guys. Currently roasting up some dinner in the oven here. Just wanted to invite you guys back to the channel tomorrow because I've got this video going up, and I think it's going to be super great because
it is Wednesday, my dudes.
Bye-bye.